Alright everybody, welcome back. This is Niklas Huschmid with the subscriber special. I have still a lot of challenges, so let's see who's still up here to play. Alright, that's still a lot of people. Okay, who do I accept? Okay, I'll accept this guy, HuschenMacbeth. That seems to be a guy who's making a little bit of fun of me. Or maybe not fun of me, but putting a Mac in between my name. My last name is HuschenMacbeth, by the way, and HuschenMacbeth. I like that. That's funny. So I accept his challenge. He plays the Petrov, and how does that go again? D4, E5. It's been a while since I've had the Petrov on the board, but this is, I think, how it goes. D5, E takes D6, and now develop the pieces on natural squares. Bishop F4. Oh wait, you can see I'm getting a little bit tired if I miss just taking pawns like this one, G7, if there's no apparent reason to not take it. So fortunately for me, he gave me another chance, and now I took it. Bishop F6, Queen G3. Alright, it's interesting. I probably shouldn't castle queenside anymore, what I intended to do. Probably should go for kingside. He has some compensation, definitely. I'm surprised he's thinking about bishop F6. Can we go Queen H6 instead? Is that better? I think it's better to keep an eye on this bishop. My queen G3, I'm not quite sure. Oh, knight F5. Oh, knight F5 would have... He would have played knight F5 anyway, regardless. Is that a problem? Maybe I was too greedy, I don't know. Bishop E2, knight F5, Queen H5. My queen is not trapped yet. I have to keep an eye on that. Maybe I can just take on D6. I should maybe do that, take on D6 to... Yeah, I should have done that in the last move, because it forces him to take with the C pawn, and this will a little bit weaken his pawn structure as well. So he might play knight F5 now, and Queen H5. Okay. What else can you do? Bishop takes C3, bishop C4 maybe. But I can keep everything under control. For example, bishop E3. Plays knight C6, and now I do want to take this one off. Bishop takes D6. Ah, he takes here first. Okay, that's smart. That's smart. But still, can play Queen F6 now, preventing him from castling. Also attacking the rook on H8. And I'm still up a pawn, and I don't think he has enough compensation for that. His only compensation are my weakened pawns. He plays Queen F8. Okay. Okay, now it is time for me to castle, finally. And as long as his king is in the center, I have attacking ideas here. Bishop B5. Bishop D7. Wow. Okay, this... I can't believe that. This must be crushing here. He goes back, but now already I have ideas to just take on E6, and in fact I'll just do that, because Queen E7, Queen takes G8, and I'm up a lot of material, and the king attack is continuing, and that's why he resigned at this point. Okay, let's see. I think the standard move, instead of bishop E7, is to play knight C6 first, and then after Queen A4, this is how it continues here. I think that's the typical line, something along these lines. And white is slightly better, I would say, because for black it's kind of difficult to get out. Okay. I'll play against Marvin.Wepner. With the black pieces. Oh, I want to grab some more water. Just give me 1 sec. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, just in time for his first move. There you go. Okay, Nimsu Indian. It's the first time today, I believe. First time for Nimsu Indian. So we'll see what gets out of that. E3. Oh, I see. I think that might be already an inaccuracy because I can put pressure on this knight on c3, and I have also this idea of playing knight e4 now with the double attack on g5 and the knight on c3. I think the standard move is d5 immediately, because here you can see double attack g5 c3 and queen takes e4, bishop takes c3, and in the end the rook hangs on a1. It's a very typical idea. Okay, so I got my water, so I'll drink something. A3. In fact, this is not even attacking the bishop really on b4 because the rook is hanging on a1. So I'll just grab the bishop on g5 now. Okay, plays knight e2. Just a little bit worried about my knight. h4 might be a threat, so I'll play f5 to be able to go back in case I want to. I think I want to. Why not? And now take on c3. I think he could have also taken with the pawn. Then my knight would have been attacked. But here I'm obviously simply a piece up for no compensation whatsoever for white. So I'm in good shape. I'm checking the chat, by the way. I think somebody's asking about which program I'm using for streaming. It's XSplit Broadcaster. Okay, and e4, alright. I think I can go f4, this looks good. Intending to go f3, and if he takes, it will open up his king. So, and I want to place my pawns on the black square, so doesn't that look beautiful now? e5, I think that's beautiful. And I can take on d4, and he's in huge trouble here. My knight is coming to d4. And there's not much he can do about that. Yeah, just everything's collapsing here. You can see now the bishop is under attack on f3. It's just too much. Too much. Okay. Two pawns on the second rank. How about that? I probably will take this one off. Okay. Bishop e6 and rook c8. He offers a draw. I cannot accept a draw in this position. Okay. Alright, what is going on here? Well, I think honestly the mistake came very early. I think after e3, if I'm not mistaken, black is already clearly better. So here d5 needs to happen. Okay, let's go to the next challenge. justin.hadi. Alright. Let's go for another Sicilian. My last experiment with e5 didn't go too well, and I just feel the most comfortable in these positions. And let's see, bishop e3, the main move, the English attack. f4, alright, I don't know about that move. Interesting. f4. Okay. I play queen c7. Usually white plays something like that, f3, g4, and so on. This is obviously different. I think I can go for a Dragadorf, which is a combination of dragon and Najdorf here, placing my bishop on g7. I think that's pretty reasonable here. My next moves are pretty clear. Castling, b5, bishop b7. Oh, he goes for big attack. I think I go, okay, g5, not d5. Interesting. I play e5. This looks interesting. I mean, this is a very double-edged move, I don't need to tell you that. g4, opening up your king completely. But on the other hand, he wants to get in g5 and then take advantage of this square. Okay, I take here and play knight e5. Now he has succeeded, he can play g5. No, he doesn't, okay. That's surprising to me because I thought this was his whole idea, to play g5 and play knight d5, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world. So I allowed that for him to happen. Oh, bishop takes h6. I have to watch out for that, definitely. There could be a possibility. Okay, so I need to take care of bishop takes h6 business here. Or do I? I don't know. No. I'll just play bishop e6 and hope we'll be alright if he plays bishop takes h6. And now there's some threats. Bishop takes e5 was a threat, so I move my knight away. Okay, I play rook ac8. This is where the rook belongs, on the open files, or I should say half open files. By the way, I can turn the lights, maybe that gives a little bit of better lighting. Knight d5, okay, I need to take this one off, there's no doubt about that. But I quite like my position here. Oh wait, not too fast. This pawn on f7 might be hanging. Oh, but the rook is pinned, so that's okay. I mean, his main problem is here, his open king. If the pawn was on g2, that would be way better for him. But the way it is now, his king will always be a problem. I'm very surprised about c takes d3 because it's just giving me this pawn on d5 for nothing. Do I want to exchange queens? Yeah, let's do it. And he's speeding up because he wants to maybe play on time. He's better on time. But I'm better on the position, so we'll see who will succeed here. Bishop d4, now I can enter with bishop rook c2 check. Bishop d6 is a problem. Okay, I need to play a move. f5, I don't know about that. But I had to play move. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Gotta speed up. Okay, this is okay. Now bishop e5, very unpleasant for him, very unpleasant. Okay. Just play f4, I just closed it down. Keep it close, keep the king tucked in there. Oh, I could have taken rook takes f6. Let's see, can I mate him somehow? I just gotta be quick. I just gotta be quick here. He can't do much. But what can I do? How do I mate this guy? Okay, gives the exchange, that's reasonable. And there we go. Whew. All right. Close one. Yeah. What was the critical moment? G4 was very double-edged, as I said. Here he might have this option of bishop takes h6. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. G5. This might be good. Yeah, this might be good for him, in fact. Maybe it's not too... not quite sure here. Yeah, I believe he should be a little bit better here, even though queen e7, queen h4 is coming. I think I'm still in the game, definitely. Okay. Alright, my next opponent is Corsu. 1, 2, 3. And while we're waiting, I'll check the chat. The chess player says in the chat, "Hey Nicholas, I found you from the Reddit chess subreddit. I should play against low rated players, 1400 and under, and point out their mistakes. This way we can learn a lot." I believe we can learn from any opponent here. I mean, I can point out, or try to point out at least, my own mistakes and the mistakes of my opponents while playing against them, and I usually do during the game if I believe something's going not right, and then also after a game I do this little synopsis that I just did to try very briefly to look at the critical points. I don't want to spend too much time, because then again there are a lot of people waiting still, and funnily enough we just had that a moment ago. So let's mix it up and play another move here. Knight g4. Oh, queen d2. So here, for example, I can point out this is not the best move in the position, because, well, obviously white is just giving up his bishop here for no reason whatsoever. He doesn't get anything out of that. So I just have a very comfortable position here. Bishop g5 instead of queen d2 is the move which usually needs to be played, or bishop c1 back. This is pretty much the alternative. So now I'll just bring my pieces out and e5, interesting, okay. I could go forward with d5, or I could take. I take. Because the bishops like to play on an open field. So the more files are open and more diagonals are open, rather, the better it is for the bishops. So the bishops like open positions, and this is the case here. And I have this beautiful black or dark squared bishop. Okay, bishop g7, queen c7. Still need to finish my development. That's my only concern that I have right now. My bishop is not developed yet, but I can change it pretty quickly with bishop d7, bishop c6, maybe. Bishop e2. This looks a little bit passive to me. Maybe bishop e4, knight e4 I would have expected. But now seems to be nothing wrong with just finishing the development. Maybe queen g3 is a move here, but I can just play bishop e5. Queen h3. I don't know what he's up there, so I'll just bring my rook to the open files. Rook c8. Maybe he can play knight e4 now, but queen takes c2, rook takes d7. I don't like him to go to d6. That's the only concern I have. If I play bishop c6, that he might go knight d6. So I think I'll take this one off. He can take on d7, okay, but I'm not quite sure yet which one I will take. Okay, so I don't need to think about it. He doesn't take, so what about the b2 pawn? Is that too greedy? You could play knight d6 then, but I don't mind. He can play knight d6. I play rook c3, pin his bishop. Oh, this is what he wants to go for, the attack. Yeah, should have maybe looked out for that a little bit more. h6, but it looks like I can defend everything. Bishop takes g6, h takes, rook takes d7, h takes g5, queen takes e6. That might have been a good option for him. In fact, bishop takes g6, that might have been a really good option. We will look at that in the post analysis. Okay, bishop a4. Nah, I don't like that move. Just asking him to play rook b1, rook takes b7. Oh, he doesn't, fortunately. I should have just gone bishop c6. That was the move which was required. Okay, now bring the rook to d8. And I don't think this whole construct will... He cannot keep it together much longer. g4, bishop c6, I'm just increasing the pressure. Now the open diagonal against his king. Queen f3, and now I can just take on d3, take the defender of the knight, and then take on e4 and win material. Yeah, and I guess I take this rook as well. And I'm simply up a piece and 2 pawns, and this is of course winning for me, and he resigns. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, let's go quickly through the game. So like I mentioned before, here bishop c1 or bishop g5 is the move, and it goes like this. This is a theoretical line, very interesting. Not the typical Sicilian positions that you normally see. And then let's go here. Here I was thinking bishop takes g6. With the idea f takes, rook takes d7. But if I take on g5 now, he has a perpetual. Yeah, so bishop takes g6 would have cost me quite a headache maybe. Ah, look at that, look at that. Queen takes f2, what a beautiful counter. Okay. And checkmate. Alright, so would have been an interesting try, but there is a refutation to it. Okay, cool. Next game. Okay, I'll choose somebody from the bottom of the list. How about DinoHajdarevic? Strong player, 2455, and let's see what's going to happen here. While I'm waiting, I can check once again the chat if there are any questions. Okay, there we go. E4, E5, and I play bishop C4, and I like to play some gambits here, or in this case D4. It's interesting. Knight G5 is the other move. It's a little bit risky for white, especially in a blitz game, I would say. So I like this variation. And he doesn't seem to be too familiar with it, because he's already spending some time here early. I mean, this is all, of course, theory. D5, bishop B5, knight E4, and so on and so forth. So I'm surprised to see him take a little think here already, but I don't mind, obviously, with a 3-minute game. If he is already spending time here, that's fine with me. Okay, so bishop D7, take here, B takes, so it's all theory. Now bishop C5, bishop E7 are two moves. And what I like about this variation, that there's often the possibility to push your pawns forward, and the pawns getting to E5 and F5 and then maybe F6 even. And there are some tricks here and there. So bishop E3. Next will be F4. Here we go. And he can go back to E4, but I'll play knight D2. He can go back to E6 too, but here the standard move I think is C3. And now you can see I'm almost there to play F5 and to maybe create an attack. He plays Queen B8. Interesting. Okay, I don't want him to take on B2, so I just play B3. But F5 is coming, I mean, unless he prevents it somehow. If he plays F5 himself, that's usually also, it has his disadvantages as well. But now, I think everything's set up. Why not go F5, especially with the queen on the other side of the board here, far away from the action. I think it can be, the attack can be indeed very dangerous very quickly. Question is, do I play F6 immediately or maybe prepared? And I think I can even make it more unpleasant for him by playing A3, forcing the bishop to E7. Oh, not forcing it. Queen A6 he found, alright. That's a good move, because if he played bishop E7 and F6, obviously, would have been my move. I'll just play F6 anyway. The bishop is kind of running out of squares. Okay, G6, but if now my queen ends up here on H6, then that's it. That's game. So let's move my queen closer to the business. Queen F3. This is going to be really interesting. Oh, what's going on now? Queen F4? How is he going to deal with that? Oh, he can play King H8, I guess that's his only move, because if he moves the rook, I just take the bishop and then it's going to be checkmate. But here I'm just going hardcore for mate. There's nothing stopping me here. Rook F4 and try to stop me here. I think he won't. G5, I take on F5, Maybe there's a way to stop me. Damn it. Queen e2. He found a way because there's a checkmate. Yeah, I see. There's a checkmate on e1, so I cannot play rook h4. He really found a way. That's so unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, I gotta back off. My bishop is also hanging, so I gotta back off here with rook f1. Now bishop f8, and okay, he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. g5, okay. Okay. But I don't only have the better time, I also have the better position in this case. There's no doubt about that. And he plays very fast now. I have to hurry up. Okay, bring my rook, bring this rook. Maybe we can double here. This looks pretty tempting. Okay. And in this case, I not only won on time, but also the position is also winning. Yeah, complicated game, but I think I made it clear why I like this variation, because it gives white these options to play for an attack, and I was maybe a little bit getting too excited here. This looked so fantastic, but the queen unfortunately came back just in time. So maybe if I take another precaution here, can I do something? Knight c3, bishop takes c3, now rook f4. By the way, there's also a threat of queen takes h7 followed by rook h4. He's holding on here. The queen is always coming back. Now it's too much. Yeah, I guess. This is other idea. Maybe this one is interesting. Knight d2, and now knight f3. Threatening knight g5, which would be a complete killer. But even here, he's holding on with this move. But maybe there's something here. This. No, he can just take on g5. Never mind. I want to go for something like this now. That would be my dream. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next game. That was a lot of fun. Jalelu. All right. And while we're waiting for first move, once again I'll check the chat. Yeah, I will upload all the videos, by the way, to YouTube, just in case. You can also find the videos on Twitch. There's a question from Fabrizio asking how long I've been playing chess for. Too long. 18 years now, I guess. It's been really a while. So, oh, look at that. We have the same thing we just had, just with reverse colors. How funny is that? Okay, let's see if I can hold up against my own opening. And in fact, I like bishop takes c6 here. It seems to be a better move. Well, not a better move, but it seems to be an easy move equalizing, because without the knight, this whole business we just saw is not that big of a deal anymore. Now bishop c5. And this is, I think, fairly easy way to equalize here. Still, my pawn structure is slightly more damaged. That's the only thing. But apart from that, it's completely fine. And play queen e6. I like to play on the light squares now. Makes sense because after dark square bishop. Let's see. I'll play rook ae8. Do I like that move too much? I don't know. f6 looks like a good move. I have some tricks here. If he takes and takes on e8, I can take on f2. And in either way, I think he's having a little problem now with the pawn. Bishop e3, I can take, he has to take back with the pawn. And if he plays this move, then this is just begging me to enter with rook e2 and increasing the pressure. Now is he still holding on here, bishop e3? Okay, this just gotta be not working. Rook f2, queen takes f2. What are my options here? Rook takes f2 looks. It's just gotta be over. Bishop takes f6, rook takes f6, check, king h1, and then rook takes f1, check, followed by checkmate. If he takes, what are my options then? I can, for example, take with the queen, then take back with the rook, or I take with the bishop, take the queen, and either way I will have a really good endgame. But I'm looking if there's even a immediate knockout. It looks like there should be. Oh, he resigned. Well, he makes it easy for me. So just for you guys to see, if he takes here, take back with this one, check, and well, he has to play rook f2. If he goes here, then that's checkmate. And so the only move he had was to play rook takes f2. Bishop takes f2, king h1. d4. This would be one way definitely to end the game now. Attack the bishop, attack the queen, and that's it. Okay, so two consecutive games in the same line, but I was able to win them both. Okay, I accept the challenge at the very bottom of the list, Sealand or Zeeland, which is Sealand, I guess, in English, if you translate it. 14. Let's have a game. I see people are congratulating me for my birthday. Yeah, I'm technically a little kid, that's correct. I'm 5 years old, 5 years and 3 quarters. I was not playing in my diapers. I'm 23 now, so I've been starting to play at the age of 5. Okay, I see some other questions while we're waiting. GM Hushmi, what is your favorite and least favorite parts of tournament play? The favorite part and least favorite. Favorite part is playing. Competing. It's just a lot of excitement. It's a lot. All I do is practice, and then you just want to show your skills. You want to play, and the best part, I guess, is winning. Obviously, my favorite part about playing tournaments is winning too. So I had to abort this game. Unfortunately, he's not there. So let's see who else. Valedo. I'll try to play against Valedo. How about my least favorite part? Well, I could take the easy way out and say losing. Well, I guess sometimes traveling can be a little bit of a hazard to get there, and then the hotel depends where you are, the playing conditions maybe. And it's also it is pretty exhausting. If you play a long tournament, like standard tournament, let's say 9 rounds, it can be pretty exhausting at some point, but it's just part of it, and that's okay. So overall, I really like tournaments, and they can be a lot of fun if it's going well. If it's not going well, then well, that sucks. But overall, it can be a lot of fun. Okay, what do you have here? I played the Scotch for the first time today, but he answers with d6, and I guess what do I do? I propose to playing bishop c4. And this is a rather solid setup for black, I would say. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. He's just giving up the center. He's not playing in the center. So he's just saying, okay, I'm okay with a slight disadvantage, but I'll just develop my pieces. But here he developed a piece to the wrong square because bishop e6 is running into d5. I mean, it's not over yet. Well, maybe it is over because knight a5 attacks the bishop on c4, where I can play bishop d3, follow up with b4, attack the knight on a5, which doesn't have any squares left to go, and it will be caught. Okay. But here I also win this piece on e6, and his king is stuck in the center for now because my bishop is controlling the diagonals. And I can take here. Okay, I see some more questions. That's why I'm not talking right now. I'm reading through the questions. All right, Valedo resigned. I appreciate that, because his position is lost and is just more or less a waste of time for him and me and for you guys watching if people play on in completely lost positions. So the mistake clearly here was bishop e6, simple development move, bishop e7, and this would be like typical position here. I'll get to the questions in just a moment. First, I accept a now challenge by Gabarain. Gabarain, probably. Yes, I'm in Baltimore. I'm studying at UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. I was born in '92. That's correct. I gotta play Legend Lobster. Okay, I'll look out for him. Okay, I think that's about it with the questions. We're waiting for Gabarain right now. I think I have to abort. There's nothing else I can do. It's always unfortunate because a lot of these players have been waiting for a long time, and then finally I accept the challenge, and then they're not there, and I have to go on because there we go. That was a close one, Gabarain. I was about to abort. Okay, we have another Nimzo, another Bogo Indian. We will see. Oh, it's a Bogo Indian. I don't think we had a Bogo Indian yet today. But it's also, I really like this kind of opening because it's easy to play. It's really based on a strategic idea to play on the dark squares here, because that makes sense. You exchanged your dark squared bishop, so you want to play on the dark squares. So it's quite simple. d6, knight b7, plays queen b3, attacks my pawn, which I need to protect with a5. That's also quite a standard move. And now he plays a3, and I can answer with knight a6. If he takes, I take back with the knight and have a beautiful outpost for the knight. That's all still pretty normal stuff here going on. It's roughly balanced. Maybe, objectively speaking, tiny bit better for white, but You don't need to know much theory, and you can just play. And actually, if I can make a little plug here, I recorded a series on Chess24, not only in German, most of my series are in German, but I also recorded one in English about the Bogo Indian as well as the Nimzo Indian, so kind of providing a complete repertoire against first d4 and then c4, I guess. I'll probably still do the sidelines later, but I haven't gotten to that yet. Okay, knight c2 is attacking my pawn on b4, kind of. So I play c takes d4. Yeah, is that a good idea? No. Oh wait, the pawn here is also hanging. So what do I do with that? It's becoming interesting here. I guess I take with the knight, because otherwise he would take with the knight on d4 protecting the pawn on e2, but now he cannot protect the pawn on e2 that easily. At least that was my hope. On the other hand, my pawn structure is a disaster right now, but at least I can grab another pawn, but I think I just blundered my queen. That's pretty unfortunate. Ah, god damn it. Shoot. Yep, that's just a complete queen here. Oh man, that sucks. It's gonna be a lot of raiding pawns going downhill. Okay. Okay, rook e8. I'll still try to make it at least a little bit difficult for him, but this shouldn't be a difficult task. Yeah, this shouldn't be difficult at all, really. Yeah, just king f2 or queen takes b6, anything really. Yeah, there's no point here. I resign. Okay. Yeah, one move, you know, and suddenly it's all over. But I have to be clear here, my position is bad in either way, because he will take on d4 and I'm just left with weaknesses, and I'm certainly in trouble here. Yeah, queen e4. No, it's just bad. Knight takes d4. Oh no, sorry. Okay, but okay, I could fight on here, definitely. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't be too bad. Now knight e4 is a threat. Still, I'm worse, there's no doubt. Okay. How about a bullet game? It's been a while since the last bullet game. Oh my god, I still have so many challenges, it's ridiculous. Oh my. And you see, I'm already getting tired. If I just blunder my queen like that, that's not a good sign. That's really a sign that I cannot go that much longer, unfortunately. Okay, I'm answering some more questions in the chat. I'm still playing for Germany. I've not switched to the US Chess Federations, and I don't think I will. And what was the other question? I forgot already. Oh, how much more variations I calculate during tournament play. I play with b5, that's the move to go. Well, whatever. I think I have to play this game first, otherwise, oops. Always gotta be attentive. Okay. Queen back. Queen back. Oh, you want to make a draw? Okay. How boring. How boring. Okay, I don't care. I mean, I'm down a pawn, so okay, I'll take the draw, and I'll get back to the question. I see Rosebuster saying he doesn't want to challenge me because he's a pass. I don't care. I mean, anybody can play against me. It's up to you. So this is for anybody who's subscribed to me, really. And of course, I'm also playing probably against some people who are not subscribed to me, because just we're on Chess24 and anybody can challenge me. But if you would like to play, just challenge me. Okay, let's go to the next game. All right, I'll accept another high-rated player, MagnusCarlssen with double S from Germany. So that tells you he's not the real MagnusCarlssen. And I really gotta get myself together here to be prepared for this game. That's gonna be a difficult one if he's there. There he is. Okay. And we play a Sicilian. Oh, he takes his time already. Okay, goes for this closest thing. We already had that before. I like to play this immediate a6, b5. Now d4. That's pretty weird. Okay, that's pretty weird. That's really unusual. Interesting. Well, this opening certainly didn't go too badly for me. I mean, this is just a very nice Paulson, I guess it's called. Oh, it's a can variation, in fact. Surprising how he plays here. Okay, and I bring out my pieces, and I would say I'm by no means worse. Okay, b5. Bishop b7. Okay, bishop e7. Just developing my pieces here. Nothing too spectacular going on. Yeah, he put some pressure on this pawn, so I better protect it. Rook d8. He might transfer his bishop to g3. Knight d5. Oh wow. Didn't see this one coming. Okay, I've gotta take it. And what now? Knight e5, d6, knight takes d3, d takes. Okay, that could be a problem. I think I'll castle. He probably played d6. Yeah, he'll probably play d6 and then take on d6, take on f6, unfortunately. Otherwise I could follow with knight e4. Oh, knight e4. I can take on d8, but I think I still gotta do that to loosen up a little bit. Otherwise the knight would have just been hanging. Yeah, now I'm playing against a bishop pair, and this won't be easy at all to defend, but I think I have a fair chance. Okay, I play knight c4. He probably will take and play rook d1. And then I have some issues with my pawn on d7. I can defend with bishop c8. I mean, it's not pretty, but at least I defend. And I think this position, even though I'm worse clearly, is defendable. Knight e2. Okay, he's kind of forcing me to give up this pawn now. Knight a5 doesn't look good, so I play c3. At least I destroy his pawn structure a little bit. And then f6. Okay, knight c4, knight coming to b6 maybe. What about rook e2? Is knight b6 a problem? Maybe knight b6 is a problem. But I can't really stop it. So how do I deal with that? I think I'll just go for rook e2. Knight b6, bishop b7, and just hope to get some counterplay here going on. Oh, knight e3. Ah, damn, I missed that. He just caught my rook. He just caught my rook. And it will be lost, but I will fight as much as I can. He's going to play c4, and then I have to give my exchange here. What is he thinking? What's going on? That's pretty weird. Why was he thinking for so long about taking back the rook? Okay guys, I'll tell you my honest opinion about this player here, MagnusCarlssen. I will win on time, there's no doubt about that. Okay, he's blundering now. Okay, I will tell you my honest opinion. I'm pretty sure this is a cheater. Why do I say that? Based on the way he played. First of all, very weird in the opening. Who plays knight c3 followed by d4? I've never seen it in my life. And then he always took about the same amount of time for every move. I usually don't like to do it to accuse somebody of cheating online, but I think based on the way he played, it was fairly obvious, especially that he took a couple seconds to take on c3. I mean, this is just, you take on c3, you don't think about it. It should take less than 1 second, and also he took a long time to take on the rook back on e3. So I'm fairly confident he used computer help, and I will report him afterwards. That happens unfortunately time to time. You run into cheaters. You watch the game yourself, you can think about it yourself, but for me the clearest evidence are these parts, that he always took about the same amount of time for each and every move. That's unfortunate, but we'll go on and play against the next player. Play a longer game against Jakob 98. Yeah, everybody, I'm just checking the chat and everybody is agreeing with me, so I'm glad to see that. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. That's always the problem if you play against pretty high rated opponents, that they might have achieved a rating not through, well, legal play, I might say. Okay, we have another e4, e5. What haven't I played yet? Maybe what about the Ruy Lopez? We've had the King's Gambit, we've had the Bishop c4. We haven't had the Ruy Lopez exchange. I know it's not the most exciting line, but it's actually what I like to play in my youth, because it's simple to play, it's risk-free, and you don't have to know that much theory. Of course, there's also a good amount of theory going on here, but you can just play it and it's okay. So bishop g4, the other main move is e takes d4. Okay, here knight e7. It's interesting. Usually people play bishop d6 first and then knight e7. Okay, this is the usual setup here. Bishop e3, knight bd2, very harmonious, keeping everything protected in the center. And I quite like this setup because it's easy to play. That's interesting what he's doing here. But this is asking me to play h3 and kick away this bishop. He can't go to h5 because of g4, so he goes back to e6. And I've not seen this before, honestly. Okay, I'll just finish my development, knight bd2. And now I take on e5 because he has to take back with a piece. Otherwise, I'll go knight g5. Okay, I'll go knight g5. And now, oh, bishop g8 he goes back, but this looks a little bit weird. h6, I can answer queen h5. I might play queen h5 either way. His plans to play queen d7 and castle. So the question is, can I do something against this plan? Could play knight b3 with the idea to bring my knight to c5, but he might just play b6. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen here. Knight b3. I might play b6, but at least it would weaken his pawns a little bit on the queen side. I always also have to be careful that I don't know how long the transition is between what I say and when it appears on the stream. So I have to be careful not to tell him any ideas in case he's listening, because I know that some of my previous opponents have been listening and they told me some stuff that I was saying or corrected me. Okay, I would expect him to go something like queen e7 or queen d7 now, or queen f6, also very reasonable. The question is, how do I make progress? Okay, rook to d1 can hardly be wrong. Yeah. h6, oh, it is a threat. My knight is indeed hanging, so I have to retreat. And yeah, it seems like I've not gotten anywhere here with my whole thing. It seems that he's doing pretty well now, and I have to even be careful about my queen. And now he can even castle kingside. He's free to do that, and yeah, it seems there's no way really for me to do anything. So maybe it was premature to take on e5. It looked optically speaking, it looked really appealing, but now I'm having some issues. Even knight f4 is a move which can be considered, because my queen is also running out of squares a little bit. I might still take. Can I play bishop takes b6? This looks just wrong. I could play that, but it looks wrong. Oh, 92, watch out, fellas. Okay, so I gotta take. I'm really afraid of blundering my queen somehow, like I did in the previous game, so Queen h2 would be a safe option. e5 is another move. Not really a move though. Okay, let's go queen h2. At least my queen is safe here, but it's kind of trapped. Maybe you could even consider going g5, but no, I have e5 then. Can't do that. So I expect him to castle now. Oh, bishop e5. That's possibly a good move too. But at least I have some. I can bother him. I can bother him a little bit here. And he has not finished his development. He still has to castle, and maybe there's some tactics where I can get my queen out, win this pawn, and then go from there. So right now this pawn is attacked, and I also have the idea if he plays bishop g7, maybe I can take on e5, play knight f3. Yeah, I'm not too unhappy. I was unhappy before. Okay, this is, I see. Now at least I can win the pawn on c6, and I don't see anything wrong with that. In fact, it looks like I'm winning a piece, because the bishop is attacked, and the bishop moves to d6 and e5 is coming. And okay, he plays this move, but here he's also clearly losing material. Let's take this one. He can take here. Then the question is if I can even go for knight d7, or if that is too much. That's the question, if knight d7 is too greedy or if it's working. Yeah, I don't think it's working. I want to make it work though, because I don't like my queen trapped here, and I feel like this is the only way to get out. So, and even though I can still, if he plays queen f7, I can still take on f1 in the worst case. Oh, so kid, so now it's definitely working. Okay, because now I'm attacking his queen. So yeah, now I'm just up a piece. Only problem my queen, but I'm pretty confident I'll get it out sooner or later. But I have to speed up a little bit. He's just taking all of my pawns here. Finally get my queen out, and now gotta attack. Bring all my pieces in the attack, and then his extra pawns won't matter. That's my plan. This is really heating up right now. But rook d8 looks like a deadly threat, and I don't know if he has a way to cope with that. Rook d6 he found. Okay, gotta take this one off. Check, and then give another check. Just win some time on the clock. I'm not intending to make a draw. No worries. I can play queen e1. Oh, he didn't. He could play queen e1. Okay, so I'll give another check. What am I doing here? Am I mating anytime soon, or what's going on? I don't like that this pawn is hanging. I don't like that my time is running out. Damn it! Ah, knight f7, that's gotta be it. No, g6. Shoot. Where's the mate? Where is the mate? Mate. Gotta be here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Wow. Intense game. I'm sure it was pretty entertaining for you guys. Wow. Okay. I don't know. There's much to say about this game. Certainly. Okay, so one critical point was knight d7. I thought he can play queen f7 with the idea knight takes f8 and now bishop b5, and my knight has no way to go. I mean, honestly, in the worst case, I can go for something like knight e6, but I was even looking at c4 here to distract the bishop and then bring my knight out. But I thought bishop e8, but okay, maybe here knight g6, and I'm simply 2 pawns up. But in the game was also interesting because suddenly I took a lot of time to bring my queen out and he won all these pawns, but I think my attack has got to be strong enough. The only question was here, queen e1 check. This might be okay, but even here if I play knight f3, it's got to be winning for me. I mean, I also have a passed pawn, so it's got to be winning. Okay, how about that? I'll take one more break because I have to use the restroom again. We'll do one more session and then we'll call it a day. Alright, so I'll be right back.